Okay, peace and greetings. Goddess Queen Ast here, daughter of Sankofa, daughter of the diaspora. And I've been in Mexico for 4 months. I have been in Mexico for 4 whole months. Wow. Yeah, 4 months. I am going to give you some of my Mexican observations, Mexican experiences, and then I'm going to kind of do a little comparison to Africa, and answer the question, would I live here? Okay, so first things first, please feel free to like my channel, subscribe to the channel, like the video, share the video. I came to Mexico in the spring, and I came with my mother and my daughter, primarily because I had been in Africa for 2 years, and I just wanted to be someplace centrally located. I wanted to be in an area where I could easily get to the States if I wanted to. I could get to South America, I could get to the Caribbean, and Mexico was perfect because it's central, it meets all those things. And so I came, with really simple expectations and desires, and not really expecting a whole lot or hoping for too much. Like, this is just about location. I came already knowing how to speak Spanish. Yo puedo hablar español. And my Spanish really hasn't improved much since I've been here, my speaking, but my understanding is definitely a lot better. And these are my observations about Mexico. The first thing is that Mexico is absolutely huge. Like, y'all know I have this map theory about the way that they have set up maps, and that the maps that we see are not correct. Mexico definitely is one of those places where I'm like, this place is huge. Because to even fly from the Yucatan Peninsula, which is where I've spent the most of my time, over to Mexico City, that's like a 3-hour, 4-hour flight. To drive from the Yucatan Peninsula to Puerto Escondido, which is the coast, 22 hours drive. Like, that's like driving directly from one end of the United States to the other end. And this is not even the other end. This is just one area to the coastline. You still got a whole nother side of Mexico over there. So this place is really huge. Like, Mexico is divided into states, and I didn't know that. And every state is very, very different. It has a different personality, different flavor, different type of people, different culture. It's not just Spanish language here. There are indigenous dialects here, and different types of languages here that are undercover and under the surface. Mexico is so, it's full. Like, it has so much to offer. Places in Cancun have the Western vibe, the party vibe, the get drunk and drink alcohol vibe. But places like Bacalar, kind of remote and very slow and very calm and very quiet, very jungle centered. I spent 1 month in an area called Merida. I spent 1 month in an area called Tulum. I spent 1 month and a little bit of time in Playa and Cancun. And then I spent 1 month in Puerto Escondido, which is in Oaxaca. And all these places were very, very different. Out of the 4 of those, the place that I loved the most was definitely Oaxaca. Oaxaca wins in that lineup because Oaxaca's people are legit. Like the Mexicans that I met in Oaxaca are like in my heart. Um, Very genuine, very down to earth, you know, very caring. And it was very different meeting Mexicans in Cancun. You know, everybody's living a fast life, so it's like money, money, money. In Tulum, like no one cares, and you're just a foreigner. Like we lived in the local area in Tulum, and we still did not get brought in with love. When I say we, I mean my daughter and I. But in Puerto Escondido, in Oaxaca, it was very loving, very welcoming, very open, and I appreciate that. So that area wins for me. So yeah, the first thing you need to know about Mexico is that it's huge. The second thing that you should know about Mexico is that if you are Caribbean or African and you are thinking about visiting Mexico, bring your spices, bring your seasonings, bring your pepper sauce, because the flavor of the food is not comparable to what, you know, I'm Trinidadian first. What I'm used to, I'm Trinidadian living in Africa. So the African and Caribbean, not it. Definitely bring your spices. That's a really big deal. There's a lot of frijoles, which is beans, a lot of arroz, which is rice, a lot of meats, and I don't eat any meat, so you know that was different. I will say in Tulum there are so many vegetarian spots, there's so many vegan spots. There are really a lot of vegan spots in Cancun, Tulum, Playa. Like I didn't suffer, you know, and there's of course fresh food everywhere, so you can always go to a fruteria and get fresh food. Do you need to learn Spanish? No. You can come here. There is internet, and you can use the internet and use Google Translate for everything. Now, will it make things harder to use Google Translate for everything? Possibly, but yeah, you can definitely use Google Translate. So that's number 3. Number 4, something that you should know about Mexico is that there are many expat communities here in Mexico. So no matter where you go, you can just do a search and find other people who are from where you're from, who are also living in Mexico. While I've been living in Mexico, I've met, I can't even count how many black girls from America. I have met Nigerians here. I have met black guys here. I have, you know, from the States as well. I've met Trinidadians here. I've met people from all over. And what it really speaks to is the dynamic nature of what being in COVID has kind of forced us to do. It's forced us to move, to get up and to explore, to see that there are other things around, and it's not just the place that you were born in and grew up in. Like that's whack. That's 1901. But that there's a lot more options out here. There's a lot of people who are living in Mexico who probably didn't see themselves ever living here. But when you come here, if you're thinking about visiting here, you know, it's good to explore because there's so many different areas here and the areas are so diverse. So Mexico is huge. Bring your seasoning. No, you don't need to speak Spanish. There's a lot of expat communities here. Overall, I would say that I have very mixed feelings about the people. So the people are usually my gateway into a particular country. Like I love countries not just because of what the country offers, but also because of the people. And the people here are very mixed in terms of like how they operate and how they interact. And the only thing I can do is really compare it to being in different states in the US. Like in the US, someone who's from New York is completely different from someone who's from Texas. You know, they are completely different people, completely different regions. So it's hard to lump Americans together because there's so much diversity within the country. And it's the same way here in Mexico. Like the people are so diverse. Like, yeah, it's just different. And yeah, that's been a real thing. When I first got here, it was like, do these people not want to help me? Like, are these people feeling some type of way towards me? Because I would ask for help with certain things when I was in Merida. I would ask for help, and they'd be like, I don't know. Like, I don't like. I'd be like, do you know how to get to the store? Oh, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I don't know. Not, I don't know. Like, that was weird to me. That was very weird. It was like there was a level of resistance. Like, leave us alone. And that was weird. But it hasn't continued since I've been here. You know, since I've been here, it's been a lot easier for me to get the things that I need and get the help that I need and maneuver. One thing I will say that's very different is, let's talk about like infrastructure or stuff, or like day-to-day living. So you can get around here by taxi, okay? And they have Uber in places like Merida. They have Uber in Cancun, I think, too. But you can just go to the side of the road in Cancun and catch a taxi. In Cancun and Playa, I found that the prices are usually very reasonable, and you know they're gonna charge you 60 pesos to get everything's close. So one place to another, 60 pesos. Tulum, they will try and pimp you. Tulum is like the place that taxis drive to make all their money, and they're gonna try to get you. So 300 pesos, 200 pesos, 500 pesos, like they really be taxing out there. Um, so I didn't really rock with taxis in Tulum, but in places like Puerto and Oaxaca, same thing with reasonable prices. Okay, so transportation is very easy here. You can walk places. You can take the colectivo, which is my best friend. Colectivo is like 40 pesos, and it can take you from Tulum to Playa, which is an hour away, for 40 pesos, or from Tulum to Cancun, 50 pesos. Like, it's very inexpensive, and once you find out where it's located, you can just pull up. They pull out every 20 minutes or so, and boom, you're where you want to be. So that has been very easy. One thing I say about Mexican living in Mexico for 4 months is there's a lot of questions from mostly taxi drivers or people who see you like, de donde eres, where are you from? They automatically will assume where you're from based on your accent. So there is an American Spanish accent, and clearly I have that. So they ask you where you're from. In Oaxaca, they ask you how do you like Oaxaca, things like that. So there is that. And in Mexico, I will say culturally, there's a sense, an overall sense of just minding your business. Like, Mexicans, more than other places that I visited, are very, like, they observe, but they move on. Like, they mind their business. Nobody's all up in your business. Nobody's really worried about you. Like, everybody's just doing their own thing and living their own life. And yeah, there's just a variety of different people. Overall, I found Mexicans to be very honest. the honesty that I'm speaking about, it translates in terms of safety. So the same way I felt safe when I was in Africa, I felt very safe. Um, I feel safe here. You know, I have left my possessions out on the table. When I come back, it's right there. I've left money on the table. When I come back, that money is right there. Like, ain't nobody trying to steal from me. Ain't nobody trying to get over on me. Nobody's stalking me and watching me. Like, it's not that type of party. Um, yeah, I felt extremely safe and I felt extremely supported. There's a lot of medicine here in Mexico. So this is probably number 6. There's a lot of Mexican medicine here in Mexico, from hongos, which are shrooms, to ayahuasca ceremonies, to shroom ceremonies with shamans. There's a lot of medicine here. There's a lot. And if you are in need of healing, I would say Mexico is definitely a great place to come and heal. The beaches are beautiful here. The nature is beautiful here. There's lots of trees. There's just lots of everything here in Mexico. Like, it's almost like, what do you want? And every area kind of has the same feel. Like, there's the town, there's the central where everybody hangs out at. There is the neighborhood where everybody lives at. There's fruteria. Like, every area kind of has the same composition, but the way they set it up and their swag is very unique. So that's been that. All right. So I think that's it. I covered. Internet is readily available. It's readily available in the places that are connected. I went to a place once upon a time that wasn't connected. It's called Agua Blanca and it's in Oaxaca. And I was like, please get me out of here. That was tough. So the coast and where the beaches are just really different from other places. Merida was so hot. It's really hot and I really enjoyed that. But I went to San Jose de Pacifico, which is the mountains, and it was freezing cold. And I didn't know, I was like, wow, I didn't realize it would be cold there. So I needed a jacket or something like that. Like, I really needed to be more prepared than that, and I wasn't. So I feel like that's it. If y'all want another set of questions answered, I'm happy to answer your questions. Before I forget though, would I live in Mexico? No, I would not live in Mexico. I would not live in Mexico. So I got the answer to that question when I went to Belize. I got on a bus. We got on a bus, me and my daughter, and we went to Belize for the weekend. And when we went to Belize, it was just black people, and I was like, oh, whew. It feels good. Like, that felt really good. That felt really good. Contrary to what I believed prior to coming to Belize, Belize is English speaking. They speak Patois. They don't speak Spanish. They speak Patois, and they're next door neighbors to Mexico. Who knew? So they speak Patois, and that was very comforting. You know, I'm Caribbean first, and that was very comforting to my whole spirit, my whole soul. You know, the food was comparable to what we would eat in the Caribbean. Like, everything was just very fluid, very lovely, very beautiful. So it was a reminder to me that in my day-to-day living in the place that I call home, it's very important for me to be around others who look like me. And so, would I live in Mexico? No. Would I come back to visit Mexico? Absolutely. I would absolutely come back here. I underestimated Mexico. I didn't know Mexico had so much to offer in terms of healing and spirituality and, you know, environment and nature and the people. I did a retreat here, a one-on-one retreat here. It was beautiful. It was absolutely amazing. And I was like, wow, like I could have been doing retreats here. I had no idea Mexico had so much to offer. I did a major ritual here. Um, and that was also equally amazing. It's just it's important to travel and to go places that you want to go, but there's also a beauty in going places that you didn't really think was gonna be all that. Like, I can go there. It's there's a beauty in that, and that beauty is centered in the fact that you can be pleasantly surprised. You can be pleasantly surprised. You can go somewhere and then realize, oh wait, it's nothing like I thought it would be, or it's everything like I thought it would be, and more. So there is just a benefit in being able to travel. Like now, having been so many different places and stayed so many different areas in the world, um, I can say that I have been a consummate student, and I'm ready to apply my lessons to my life. I'm ready to apply lessons. So it's been great. So yeah, if there are any other questions about Mexico, I am happy to answer them. Please drop them in the comment section. And this is Goddess Queen Child Eyes. Talk to you soon.